Some devastating floods have struck the U.S. in the past few months, causing deaths, damages, and displacements across several states. From the remnants of Hurricane Ida that flooded the Northeast, to the flash floods that wreaked havoc in the Southwest, to the historic rainfall brought by Tropical Storm Hilary in the West, we will see the causes, impacts, and responses to these extreme weather events that have been linked to the climate crisis. In the wake of Hurricane Ida's devastating impact on the U.S. Northeast, a grim tableau of death and destruction unfolded across New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Maryland. The catastrophe, fueled by the remnants of the storm, left a staggering death toll of 49 across 8 states in its wake. As rescue operations unfolded, police traversed neighborhoods, going door to door in a desperate search for possible victims, while compiling lists of the missing. The havoc wrought by Ida had caught officials off guard, particularly in New York, where the city was inundated with record rainfall and punishing winds in a harrowing hour after dark. The scenes of chaos and desperation played out as authorities grappled with the aftermath. The disaster served as a stark reminder of the nation's vulnerability to extreme weather events exacerbated by the human-induced climate crisis. President Joe Biden, speaking from the White House, emphasized that climate change was a reality, urging the need for immediate and far-reaching measures to safeguard lives in the face of future storms. New York's newly sworn-in governor, Kathy Hochul, and Mayor Bill de Blasio admitted to being blindsided by the ferocity of the storm. The city experienced a deluge of rain, with Central Park receiving an astonishing 3.15 inches in just 1 hour, surpassing previous records. Cars became death traps, and basement apartments turned into watery graves, leading to dramatic and often heroic rescue efforts.
Build up more, almost 2. It's crazy. I love Texas for this reason. Look.
The toll of lives lost was especially heartbreaking, with reports of people drowning in their vehicles or trapped in basement dwellings. New Jersey's Governor Phil Murphy somberly reported at least 23 lives lost in his state, the majority succumbing to the rising floodwaters that caught them in their vehicles. Communities, now faced with the daunting task of recovery, worked tirelessly to clear away debris, pump out homes, and restore transportation systems. Even as the skies cleared, rivers and streams continued to rise, extending the threat. President Biden's call for better preparedness echoed through the affected areas, where the immediate aftermath was a mosaic of flooded highways, stranded trains, and disrupted services.
Sorry. No worries, you're good.
As the nation grappled with the aftermath of Ida, the tragedy highlighted the urgent need for climate resilience and adaptation measures. The resilience of New York, particularly its subway system, came under scrutiny, emphasizing the pressing need for comprehensive strategies to mitigate the impact of future climate-related disasters. In a dramatic meteorological 1-2 punch, the United States faced the wrath of not one, but 2 formidable storms in quick succession. Following the aftermath of Hurricane Ida's devastating impact on the U.S. Northeast, a historic deluge unfolded in the western U.S. and Mexico, courtesy of the remnants of Hurricane Hilary. As the remnants of Hurricane Hilary unleashed unprecedented chaos across the western U.S. and Mexico, the region found itself grappling with a historic deluge of rainfall. Transforming streets into tumultuous rivers and triggering powerful gusts, Hilary's aftermath forced residents to flee their homes and prompted dramatic rescue efforts, even as the storm weakened to a post-tropical cyclone. Southern California bore the brunt of Hilary's fury, experiencing its first tropical storm since 1997. The storm then carved its path into Nevada, marking the state's first recorded tropical storm. The aftermath was a landscape of flooded streets, power outages, and urgent calls for evacuation or sheltering in place. The storm shattered rainfall records in Southern California, with Palm Springs receiving nearly a year's worth of rain in just 24 hours, and Death Valley approaching a historic record. Nevada witnessed Hilary's wrath as the storm became the rainiest tropical system in the state's history, doubling a 116-year-old record with a staggering 9.20 inches of rain in Lee Canyon. Hilary also etched its name in the annals of history as the rainiest tropical system in Idaho, Oregon, and Montana. The storm's impact rippled across the Intermountain West, raising the specter of localized flooding into the morning. In Southern California, havoc ensued with widespread power outages, mudslides, and stranded vehicles. The Los Angeles Fire Department fielded over 4,000 emergency calls and responded to 1,800 incidents, including daring rescues from flooded intersections. As schools closed and travel warnings were issued, residents grappled with an unusual level of precipitation in the middle of summer. Despite Hilary's transition into a post-tropical cyclone, the storm continued to wreak havoc in Nevada, where flooding washed out roadways, leaving residents stranded and prompting power shutdowns. The storm's unorthodox impact extended even to desert communities, where a senior boarding care facility in Cathedral City required an unconventional rescue method involving a borrowed dozer truck. These floods have shown the vulnerability of the U.S. to the extreme weather events that are becoming more frequent and intense due to the human-caused climate crisis. Experts warn that the country needs to invest more in flood mitigation and adaptation measures, such as improving drainage systems, restoring natural buffers, elevating buildings, and relocating people from high-risk areas. They also urge the government and the public to take action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and slow down global warming, which is the root cause of the problem. As we reflect on the profound impacts of Hurricane Ida on the East Coast and the historic rainfall brought by the remnants of Hurricane Hilary on the West Coast, it's a stark reminder of the urgent need for climate resilience and preparedness. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button, share it with your community, and subscribe for more updates on climate-related events and their implications. Let's stay informed, raise awareness, and work together towards building a more resilient and sustainable future.